You wake up, you make coffee, you decide what to wear, who to call, and who you hate. You walk through the morning believing you are operating the controls of your own life. You are a passenger. You are strapped into a vehicle where the steering wheel is operated remotely by someone else, and the brakes were caught long before you ever noticed. The offices of corporate strategists and political consultants run on a discipline called choice architecture. When you grab a box of cereal at eye level in a supermarket, it is there because a clinical psychologist calculated the exact angle your gaze would naturally fall. That box was placed there for you. This laboratory-engineered menu is designed to produce a specific outcome while maintaining the feeling of personal freedom. Look at this standard 3-tier pricing diagram. The first is expensive. The second is deeply unattractive. The middle pillar is the target. Framing it against extremes creates relief. This intellectual triumph is identical to a rat navigating a maze built with only one exit. If grocery shopping is heavily curated, consider the borders of your deeper life. This same architecture dictates the flow of information in your digital identity and your personal relationships. These small-scale nudges in the supermarket aggregate into a larger conditioning. By repeatedly steering minor decisions, architects normalize a reality where your preferences are dictated by programmed convenience rather than internal conviction. The process relies on flow rather than force. It's called subconscious steering. Water flows down a mountain following the path of least resistance, and the human mind naturally obeys the exact same physics. Architects monitor your digital footprint, feeding you selected shards of data. A central node absorbs the fragments, validating your existing biases. This self-reinforcing loop creates an echo chamber of logic, hardening into an impenetrable barrier. Once that chamber is sealed, you become deeply entrenched in your perspective. When the architects introduce a nudge toward their desired outcome, you accept the command as your own original idea. You feel a towering confidence in the clarity of your own intellect. In reality, you are executing a mechanical script inputted hours, days, or months prior. Human conviction does not require a compelling argument. It is engineered simply by controlling the invisible currents of information flowing around the target. To guarantee execution, architects rely on artificial urgency. That sinking sensation that you must act immediately or miss a vital opportunity is a calculated stress response. The biology behind this is predictable. Under sudden pressure, the human brain abandons the cortex, the center of logic, and reverts to primitive survival instincts. Systems profile your underlying emotional states to time these pressure spikes. They monitor your habits to isolate the moments you are experiencing exhaustion and loneliness. In those vulnerable windows, they deploy emotional breadcrumbs. These are targeted stimuli designed to trigger your insecurities and demand an immediate reaction. This biological loophole creates a shortcut for influence. Under pressure, a mind seeking relief becomes receptive to simplified narratives, whether they are political slogans or lifestyle promises, or subscription-based solutions to manufactured problems. This constant state of stress keeps the mind locked in a reactive loop, leaving little room for the analytical thought required to identify the manipulation. When you begin to perceive the invisible architecture manipulating your reality, the immediate result is profound, crushing isolation. You watch your peers, your friends, and your family walk through the same maze, repeating scripted phrases and presenting copied thoughts as organic conclusions. This brings on the breakdown of the ego, the realization that what you consider to be your unique personality is largely an accumulation of environmental nudges. The natural reaction to discovering this theft is fury. You feel a desire to rebel, to break the controls, and to tear the system to the ground. But the puppet masters anticipate your anger. They build channels for your outrage, nudging your rebellion into predetermined pathways that continue to serve their own interests. Fighting the system requires engaging with the mechanics they built. The true challenge is figuring out how to stop participating in your own psychological subjugation. The exit requires assuming the role of the silent observer. Step out of the reaction cycle, watch the stimulus arrive, and refuse to respond. The choice is binary. You can remain in the false safety of the herd, allowing the algorithms to soothe you, Or you can accept the difficult, lonely reality of achieving true mental autonomy. Secure your position among those who refuse to be steered. Contribute your survival experiences to the collective so we can map the architect's movements and pass this knowledge to the people still trapped inside. You must actively choose the silence of the observer to keep your mind your own. If you aren't making the choices, you default to being a pawn.